Nnawotwe dwumadie so Adom TV so yefam da hene nana yawo asante enen so ne da ba ko anyankopon aye no de ache yen me ne wo ba betena se ne yedi Ghana ho abobo na nei nsem ahodo a etwaguo ewo yeman mu se wo benima wo de wani akire mu ewo voter region KETA to be specific nsuo anase epo a asoche ne ayiri na ewurawura nipa ahodo efiefie mu na se japade ahodo ye behwe eho asem na yaka menu be ko because one of our reporters Kwame ho ni yaje updates no ni yahwe dia ekoso wo porte ene dia mpanyifo ayafa ho sansensem we so be kai a na wotwe mu kopie mu na hye badwefie a nipa hodo anase dom kitwa ne dom kase ne wo na hye badwefie no sa nkrofo yi aye press conference a kire se anua hodo a omututu no ho no ene ema sansem we nyina eba nanso NDC fo no kire se enya dia ewo mu esa yebekọ ne yakwakoje de omu kekan ye no ni ye de atunsani ani ne yafese nukra bi wo mu anase nukra bi a enim ye wi a yebeti asim LGBT sankomo ye hyase a chepa nipa hodo edi enkomo we parliament abie mu se yentrase na nipa hodo a wo mu de omu suggest ne ade nyina ba ye no yetumi tie wo mu nsem de broni efre no public hearing no ya sose nipa hodo ni bia kwakopie mu nsem a mu kan ho eni wo mu nkire mu ye ba betena na yedi eno so eho enkomo utie me ewo asempa 94.7 sanso na wo hwe me ewo Adom TV ye wazo ye sadwumadie we ye fre ne Nnawotwe ye fre me da hene nana ya asante kai se esi ohene mesemefu openyin sanso na Justigo oni empanyin pa woda edwumadie anu ane mejina nata banka so na medi edwumadie yi ebrewo ye beko otwa ye ho aba ye twa ye ho na se ye ba ye betena se na sansem we abo ewurem ni ahwe de susua ede body hu no befa ebuso ma mentwa me ho mra ye ba ye beto aso ebuso ye koya ya sa ba ye to aso ede ye nkomo no ewa ha medi kan hye wo bo se ye beko parliament ne yahwe de majority ekafa tidal waves no any the minority omo response omo de bae enkrofo hyase se omo ye fast check e wo sa no ma we ho ama e bia ba be dey se pictures majority no e de kire ye no omo se pictures ne emfree Ghana. I think that these are the conversation I betumi enya na yetumi ehu ne puma asibre but answer ye beto ayen komodidi so ha no e pese ye call parliament ye di kan ehwe de majority afanyo marking so ye deputy majority leader eka edifa assembly ye wi a ne ye tiesim ne ya hwe the minority so eka edifa ho ye enhwe ne emra.
I would want to show you a picture. This is what is happening at KETA, and if you go to Wikipedia, you will see this is a report, sun winning activity in KETA coastal area. And the source is coverghana.com.gh as of February 9, 2021. As of February 9, 2021. This is what is happening there. Now, per our research and the research of the majority, we relied on fourthestate.com. They have done some work in that area. And they titled that work, "Dear Sea, you are invited into our homes. The sand is gone." We have also some work done by Salifu, which is titled "Relocation Based on Slow Onset Climate-Induced Environment Change in KETA." And then you have some other individuals, Adom, KA, and Jason Koshiga, and Boateng. These are all research done in that area regarding the tidal waves and if the activity involving sun winning giving rise to the devastating effect of this, and rather making the people there more vulnerable. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the records, we want to state that the entire coast of KETA is under serious threat due to its soft geology and low-lying topography, climate change. And the climate change has effect on the physical effect that have caused the sea levels to rise in recent years, resulting in higher tides that overflow their shores and end up in the communities along the KETA coast. Part of KETA's sandy earth is swept away and transported by the natural force of tidal waves during sea erosion. Tidal waves are already powerful, but they are aided even more by climate change, which causes extreme weather patterns. Several consequences could be expected from the sea level rise in Ghana. In particular, low-lying sandy coastal areas in the eastern coast, such as the Volta Delta and KETA Lagoon, could be profoundly affected. So clearly, these are facts. And as a result of the sun winning, matters are getting complicated. So I would plead that much as government is making effort to provide relief, the relief items are themselves not the solution. They are temporary relief after the whole thing has occurred. But then what steps can we take? And this is where I am appealing to stakeholders in that region to work together with those involved in sun winning, because the research is clearly pointing to the fact that these activities are making the people there more vulnerable, and it will cost the nation more money in terms of recovery, in terms of settling these people. So for emphasis, I am calling once again on our colleagues in the Volta region to look at this as a national disaster and not look out for scoring cheap political points. Because obviously, we never heard them talk about the human activities going on at the KETA area, which has led to the unbearable effect of what we are seeing today. And in all the address, not a single statement was made. Meanwhile, the activities of sun winners are all over the place. And it's recorded, it's on the internet, it's happening daily.
Of the Volta caucus has just been drawn to a press statement, as it were, that has just been carried by the majority, led by the deputy majority leader. The essence of all he has come to say is that the tidal waves that is pounding the coast of the Republic of Ghana, stretching 650 kilometers in places like Aflao, Denu, Blekusu, KETA, Angloga, We, Anyangwi, Adom, Diskof, Prom, Salt Pond, Cape Coast, Takrady, Axim, where Diskof, where government itself is spending millions of dollars to undertake sea defense projects. The Honorable Deputy Majority Leader says this is attributable to sun winning. That is the most pathetic statement I have heard on this matter. He demonstrates a certain lack of understanding of the geomorphological formation and causage of denudation of our coastline in this country. Sun winning does not cause tidal waves to pound coastlines. The destruction of our coastline caused by tidal waves is as a result of the rising in the sea level. So, and he has come here to bring a picture that clearly is not even reflective of the coastline of KETA or Aflao or Angloga or where I come from. Our coastline has no forest on the coastline. Our coastline from Aflao to Anyangwi through Angloga is full of pristine sand. It has nothing like the forested beach line he has introduced to you as being representative in terms of photography of the coastline of KETA. I am not trying to underrate the relevance of denigrating our coastline as a result of sand winning. But to say that the lives of the over 4,000 people were caused or destroyed by tidal waves as a result of sand winning is, with all due respect to him, unacceptable. This government demonstrates a certain laissez-faire attitude to the problems happening in Anglong now. We have been in this country, there have been disasters in other places, and we saw the alacrity with which NADMO reacted. We are not saying that there ought not to be disasters. That is force majeure. Those are natural disasters. You cannot stop it. But when it happens, the issue of water caucus is that when it happens, how does government react when disaster strikes in other areas? And how does it react when disaster strikes in the Volta region? It is not for fanciful reasons why government institutions have decentralized offices. It is not for fanciful reasons that we establish the NADMO office in KETA. It is to be able to move with alacrity and bring comfort and succor to people when they are in discomfort before the central office will come in. So when the NADMO office in KETA is so replete of resources, the regional office is in a similar state, and worst of all, the national office cannot come to the aid of the people. And this morning, as a couple of us have been left behind in Accra to hold the fort, 16 of my colleagues are presently in KETA and Aflau, are donating rice and other relief items to bring comfort to our people. Instead of the government praising us, the deputy majority leader comes here to say that we are doing propaganda. When a section of your people who have elected you into office are in discomfort and you cannot assist them, the best you can do is to keep quiet. If the government cannot assist the people of KETA to bring, as it were, shelter, food aid, basic needs like bringing other things so that children can go to school, so that their education is not disrupted. If they cannot do that, they shouldn't damn the people who are committed to bringing comfort to those people.
Abuja ya koya yaba enkomo no ekoso parliament enra na wuti no mame emfanto anim se okopie mu okumansi a instruma season 4 auditions no ahyase ene enti uya koda a wo free mfie baako ekopem edumiensa woni se nyankopon de akyede bi ache wotumi tonwom woni no emuda ho afa woni kiremu e True Vine Hotel no ewo kumase nefa hu ekodi edition mu ne yehwese wo betunwom ama ya tumi afawa na watumi abankran ene waafo no aba besi akan nyankopon ye wado na wotumi wini na jese wo dem kra eye instruma season 4 na auditions no ya hyase ewo kumase nti fa hu kogim ewo ho yemra studio ne yentwetwe nkomo kakra nsa ya kokwa me ho akwa de ekoso ewo KETA onabo kwesi akwa eye na se bedwani de ma adihia ewo odan ono na nsa akanwa onabo ma wachi
Joso.
Bibi aboko dia.
Aya now the Alexander Naka.
Alexander Naka. Onabo.
Media.
Nkomo ma shase wo parliament. Tidal waves ekoso ewo KETA.
Yeah.
In share so. A consent to government.
Obviously na mini campaign akase ma kwahwefo nyina na titu ene atwenda this year womo ajibre ehweme anopai yenim se yenkrofo ndodo na no eho aka na nka do pe wose wo ho no na yeniomo etwadwadwo yie no ne ade but adwumadi enti ye wo hase omo mfa nche yen na yenko asemu a yedi hu nkomo no menua aban bia yeto abama no na obetena abanwa no so a nipa ewo oman no nyina no eye na sede eye na responsibility anu ntino so otoma no so anto amanu wanya fa afnano no wasoa nko ade obi na agitu se bibia besi oman no mu bia no eye wo mampani anasa ban yete so no because wonnya mampani anaasɛ wonnya ban ɛwɔ nipakuo bi so wonya ban ɛwɔ nipa nyinaa so ɛno nti no deɛ akɔ so wɔ Framanta mu a yɛnnua no mu a yɛ mmarahyɛ badwafoɔ ano dem asɛnneɛ yɛgya ato ɔmagyagyaa mu anaasɛ yɛmmua wɔ ɔmo no it's unfortunate
na aban a yɛ bibi wɔ hɔ because sɛ ɔmo firi hɔ no nsuo etumi ebu ɛpo na bu aba ɔmo dɛm ɛsɛ japadeɛ ne nɔɔma ahodoɔ na sɛ ɔmo ahyɛ ase sɛ ɔmo tie mu a so ɔmo di tie mu.
Oh, of course tia bu tie mu no deɛ yɛ sɛnea asɛm oto na sɛ wantie mu obi ehunu deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔde ase yɛse sɛ woyɛfunu yɛ ɔya na wanwe wɔ se obi ampu hu sɛ woyɛfunu ɛyɛ wɔya ɛno nti no kasa ɔmo ka no any problem so mo raise issues no ɛwɔ parliament yɛ no mu a sɛbe yɛn nso nneɛma ato yɛn wɔ yɛ constituencies ne ade a ano abrasi mpo no yɛ pɛ kwan na yɛ de atodwa ɛwɔ parliament mamanfoɔ nyinaa hunu sɛ akyem da September 13th ɛgya ɛhye yɛ market nyinaa I'm putting out a statement. There's a statement that may try and manya kwan na yɛtumi akan ɛwɔ parliament but the main part then say your approach to some of these national issues I was say you're very careful it says you see a chichiro mind na say the bibia be politics ebedu baabi no ensem a was say na etimi hwa ne ye ka ne pepepe no obehwe na ensem no ye gya to ho.
Honorable, are you by any means saying say the minority for Kano they are not talking about the realistic issues on the ground but only the politics?
The realistic issues no omo de tudwa omo kan ensem no nemo omo approach any omo twist to it no ena ama ade no akoye he masese no obefo say majority any abanpo enitema ema wo mo esa say nsem na wo ka no say be ye nyina na ye wo ho ye nyina na ya so ai say ye be obiti odom a may represent the people of Achimoda o mra say bedwam but ye ka sebda say mfa Achimda ho a min ka say me simaso metie bi ma contribute to esan say binim say ebia de ebekọ so ewo Framanta no I be take a cue of it ye mra emma afabi emra ye hye ye hye ma Ghana man nyina enu nti no senya obeka no can in such a way say ubetimi attract empathy anase ubenyima obi ate wotima obenya tema ama issues no na ye nyina ma ya adwia ko bankrom ne ehunu say kwaya ebefa so aso ano no enie dan say obema ade na akwakwaya te say asene sabri no monko ana ye fa ne sa yi block asemi a president interview ko yo TV so man ye yi sebe afla onko ana yi block I abandoned debi what you say there are other ones but no mpo no hu say kwan ben so na adwuma enko so wo ho anade na akoso wo ho iti
obeso obi mu amane na makoma homa no so honorable Kwame Gakpe na hye bedwani de ma adehia mu ewo KETA. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
Na bibia boko de
Anya wana Adom TV.
Honorable, wo ntran na se wo KETA sisi a?
Me wo KETA sisi a.
Okay, transfoni kire situation na wo KETA sisi a de.
Oh, I'm continuing visiting my people to see how they are faring and then mobilizing resources to take care of them. That's why we are here.
Enti honorable ukodu ho no situation nankasa te sen wo constituency no dan dodo sen na ensuo ye boba ye atumi affect.
Oh, for now we are using pumping machine to pump some of the water.
Okay. So
it's receding as we speak. But the truth of the matter is that as we speak, relief items from NADMO, my constituency got only 30 bags of rice for almost close to over 2,000 plus to 3,000 people, and then for about 500 households. They brought 100 bags of rice for the 3 constituencies. And then some, my constituency got 7 pieces of student foam, some plastic bowls and plastic cups, and a mosquito coil, any mosquito net, few mosquito nets, and those are the things they brought for the sofa.
But honorable, we be say ensuo twi aba be fa wo dan. Enti sisi ya no baby a wo di mattress no kura beto ada no ensuo afa ho. Enti mattress ni ade no mo de beto hin no mo ada so.
Since we are relocating Gofona almost this year because it's an emergency. We know the classrooms, churches, and a community center. We are start to see with MP Common Fund. We have roof it, and then the many some few work. No, we didn't Gofona be at to us also. So far, that's what that's what is happening. And then we are looking at other alternatives where to do some temporary structures for some of the people. So basically, I know the cost.
Okay. Honorable, Mami fa unra majority kasai parliament. Omuchire say within your constituency, one of the problems I this tidal waves yiba sound winning. Sound winning no one kasa wo constituents and omutu anua ponano and a man shonoba. Honorable, no crabene.
Let me ask, thank you very much. Which constituency in Ghana they are not winning sound? I'm challenging the majority. Which constituency? They are not winning sound. They are winning sound everywhere. So why are they blaming the minority for that? Who's supposed to enforce the law? Is the minority supposed to enforce the law? Is not the executive supposed to enforce the law? And then the picture now is, let me tell you, I'm challenging the majority that if really that picture is coming from KETA, I'm prepared to relinquish my seat as a member of parliament. We shouldn't peddle falsehood. That picture is coming from Sierra Leone. Why are they using Sierra Leone picture to paint KETA as if Sanwini, that is that? KETA doesn't look like that. No, the ocean, there is nowhere look like that.
Okay, Honorable.
Getting the point.
Honorable.
When who says that because of winning or stand, that is what tidal waves? They should go and read about tidal waves. Are you getting the point? Where see, my brother, let's call a spade a spade. The truth of the matter is that sea defense war no second phase no and situation because my community, some of them have lived here for 40 years. Tidal waves have not hit them like this. Now it's happening because of expansion in Takrady, expansion going on in Tema. When you push the sea, it pushes to other places. So they have to continue the Blekusu side all the way to Aflawo. That is where we can only get relief to our people. They shouldn't be running away from the germane issue, and because people are devastated, people have been displaced. Instead of focus on that, you are talking about sound winning.
Honorable, are you by any chance saying, say, even though you're too unreal, but the said picture no not in free constituency?
You say?
Are you by any chance saying, say, yes, of a truth? Some winning air coso or constituency, but the said picture now majority issue, it's not coming from your constituency.
No, that press conference is needless because it have no bearing on your problem. Are you getting the point? Some winning is happening everywhere. Ghana, which place time winning is not happening?
No, Honorable, we are limiting this conversation.
It's not true.
We are limiting this conversation to your constituency. That is why I'm asking you, sir.
It's not happening. My constituency, time winning is happening everywhere, but not the seaside.
But you don't think so?
There are communities, there are places, no sun winning is happening, but they are submerged in water. That's what we are talking about. Why do you show falsehood pictures that are not related to my constituency, to the Ghanaian public that sun winning is going there?
But Honorable, you don't believe that sun winning is part of the problem, and I say developing a factor of what is happening.
It's not part of this problem I'm talking. I'm in this constituency. I'm telling you, sun winning direction now, it will end fact. That it's not that sun winning direction that is making tidal wave. Go and read about tidal wave very well. And let me say, it's a sun winning we are talking about. Climate change is also part. But the truth of the matter is that because we are not able to finish the phase 2 of the sea defense program, that is why we are here. Go and take 2021 budget and see whether there is budget line for sea defense war. There's no budget line. So let's call a spade a spade.
So, Honorable,
people are devastated. We are trying to solve the issues and see how we can manage the issue temporarily, and then you will be talking about Sanwini. Is that the best way to solve this situation?
But Honorable,
even if you are talking about Sanwini, who's supposed to enforce the law?
Honorable, you are sitting in Parliament and as a member of Parliament for the people. Unim say budget in the there was nothing. There was no allocation for sea defense wall in your constituency. As a member of Parliament,
we file questions in Parliament. You know, parliamentarians, you have tools that we use. Either you go by a motion, you go by statement, you go by filing of question. When the tidal wave, this is the third time it's happening in this enclave. The second one, we file questions in Parliament, and then we brought Minister of Works and Housing. He came to Parliament to analyze that Anche Ombesati was phase 2 because they are looking for resources. That as at May, as we speak, there are communities that Minister of Works and Housing are calling. By the time he went there, Okohoros. There are some communities, Sarakopa, and all places were there temporary. But as I speak to you, those communities is gone. Even people have to assume their dead bodies to go and relocate them. This is a magnitude of the issue we are talking about. It's gone. So this is the tools and approach we should use, and we are using them to advocate. And then they said, oh, they will be doing it, and nothing is happening. Now, the third one have hit us hard. And there are a lot of people have been displaced. A lot of houses have submerged in water. Some communities have wiped out completely. And some, their buildings gone. So how do we solve this problem? Instead of us to concentrate, as I speak to you, I won't blame Minister of Works and Housing. I won't blame Nnawotwe. Nnawotwe, you know, 30 bags of rice. I won't blame them. The reason why I won't blame them, I will blame the Ministry of Finance, especially the Minister of Finance. Why am I blaming him? When you look at 2017, 18, 19, 20, 2021, they said the GRA have exceeded revenue target. If you have exceeded revenue target, why won't you statutory allocation, you release the money for them? As I speak, last year quarter of the common fund is not in. The second and third for this year is not in. We, the MP Square, we don't have common fund to operate with. This is the issue we are talking about.
But Honorable, you don't believe the common fund can do that job, really? When you know the common fund is scared, but you can't do.
In terms of common fund, 3% allocated to Nnawotwe. Nnawotwe, in terms of crisis like this, they could have, buy some things, but Nnawotwe is struggling. They don't have money. But at the end of the day, because they are government agency, they have to talk swift and then just to cover and protect the image of the government. But Nnawotwe don't have money to operate, and it's a fact. We all know. So they should be truthful and stop this propaganda they are doing in terms of Sanwini.
Okay,
so the only cause of the sea erosion.
It is not the only cause, but you know it is a cause.
It's only Sanwini.
Honorable, it is not the only cause, but you believe it's a cause.
I don't see it as a cause, because if you are able to, do the sea defense war project, we will reclaim land, ecotourism will go on. You see, let me tell you, KETA to all the way to Ketu South, we are in between the lagoon and the sea. Yes. People are saying that we should relocate the people. Should we relocate them to the sea or we relocate them to the lagoon? Is that what we are saying? You must know the geography of the place very well. The only solution is to push the sea. That is the defense war, claim land, and then like phase one of how they did KETA, claim land, build some structure over there, bring investors, develop. Every day we are going to Dubai. What is in Dubai? It's not the desert and then the sea. They are able to develop that place. Every day we are going there. Why can't we transform our coastal belt to actually generate revenue? Let me tell you, our people from tradition have lived there. They live because of the blue economy. You see, their deliberate and livelihood depend on the sea.
Okay.
That is it.
Okay, Honorable,
the blue economy.
Honorable, my last question to you before you leave, Nessa. This is the situation I hate with constituencies, yeah.
Is that?
This is the situation I hate with constituencies, yeah.
Yes.
Me sure say Ukraine who abushing fi or and I say who down or what's who down in Suafano.
Me abushing fi na ko. It's gone. But for me, I live in Anglo Afia, so the sea distance from me to see where I am personally, it's no close because I'm at the lagoon side.
Okay.
You see? But I have relatives, aunties, their buildings are gone.
Honorable, what's the way forward? We should
confront this as a national disaster. No propaganda here. And showing other countries' pictures.
But you don't believe that you don't believe that the minority is also doing politics with the whole issue.
They have to budget for KETA Sea Defense Blakusu Phase 2 project, where they will be able to continue the sea defense that ND started in 2015 and then ended 2019. The Phase 2 should take off. When it take off, then they do all the way to Aflawu. Then the coastal line in the Volta region all the way. It started from Azim all the way to Central, Greater Accra, and to Volta region. If we are able to protect our shores and claim land, we will do a lot of investment, coconut plantation, ecotourism, and investors will come. We will generate a lot of money that is put into sea defense. By the time, as time passes, you will generate the money that is invested in the sea defense. We will recoup all those money. because the place is viable for investment.
Okay, honorable.
That is the permanent solution we are talking about.
Okay, honorable, hold on for me. And I'm a reporter and Kasa MFU constituency. Kwame Nnum my senior reporter. I know one of the villages and KETA. My men calling gentlemen in Kwasa. Kwame, what you mean? Kwame Nnum otemenka mo akwaba. Kwame Nnum Kwame ntemenka ma memra studio. Honorable, ote the colleague ne kan say this is really the situation. Eba ni sanwini enye a cause of tidal wave. Mususumu patch say a cause.
Minia, one say asem no aba esi awie. Na mum de ye pa kire ne say wo hwe sania ye tani ade na ye ne politics. Na ye kwakoye ethnocentrism, you know, as a if we have until ne mu amenemane ade no. Wo be hwe ma fe justifications no eba. Wo ye dan ya wutimi nkasa tidal waves no. So they are the buy. Environmental and climate change issues ewom. And until no ye betimi raise the issues of na saying climate change conference course wa ye kase so nipa bebre kogu so that is where the world is moving towards and then no hwe aman bia no amkasa yina no e wo kwan ye mfa so hyehyɛ ye bra ya setena mu sane ye be ya sane ya wie mu sacha ye nsam eba no etimi e affect ye.
But honorable, is it also true say when you took over the reins of government na sea defense war no ya ba bedu ba bi anko se motum hwe eto aso sankrofo no hu hia mo sanka mo ye to aso.
Oh, but who says say yemfa yen sanka ya na se yenye hwe ho. There been works going on. Just say enko no speed a ye hwe. What you say na say be honorable member of parliament of the area no menene ya adwene passion wo any senior and nkrofo any da no so say woni ato abama wo na ugire mu ma ye ewa ban mu na because of a disaster ye na bi ato ye da wo me come afie ma suffer me major rainstorm April 5th ewo da about 30 schools so paaye ye wie September 13th or da adwa nyina ahye. If you're a member of parliament you go against the system say na be ya nkrofo beji wadi say won so wo hwe wo mo. Okay. But ye can in such a way say ye mfa some number 12 me dey say ye hunu say access of a market na ye mean ka say there be na buy meboa ye ntide ye be hwe access no next time ye see marketer. It is some of the causes my disasters in the ban ye eba ye hwe ne ni hu nkomo sani ye be ya ye betimi atoto niema ye na bi ansan be hit ye bio.
Okay, ma me kwa homa no so na me ne honorable gakpe enwie honorable Mamimisa, the sea defense wall a mushashia mufra ben no. So far, percentage ahen is at the account.
No, you know that 2015 the Blakusu stretch was awarded by NDC government to Amandi.
Yes.
And then that project contract ended successfully in 2019. That time, 2019, Honorable
Atachia
was the Minister of Works and Housing. Mm-hmm. They went there and promised the people they will start the phase 2. As we speak, the project ended successfully. 2020, 2021, there was no budget line for the project as we speak. And that have stalled the whole project instead of us to continue. So that's the reality. Because there is no fund in the budget allocated for that project. So that's the reality. Before this natural disaster, this tidal wave is a force majeure or act of God. Nobody say tidal wave is right. It's an act of God. But why will you blame act of God on indigents? If we really understand the situation, that is why I keep on saying that let's talk about the permanent solution and stop this. I don't want to do propaganda or anything this morning. I want to be real of the fact. Yeah. The fact still remains that project must continue. Because the moment you push it and leave it, it will go, and then you see that the other communities will suffer because you are pushing the sea. And the moment you push it, that is it's natural something. You are using artificial way to push it. So it has consequences. As we speak, this tidal wave have actually created havoc in Togo, Benin, and Nigeria. I will say because of Sanwini, they are also experiencing that. Is it the Sanwini? So let's not go there. Please, let's not go there. Because right now, if you even push our side all the way to Aflawe, the possibility of affecting Togo and Nigeria Albania is there. Because you are pushing the sea. Elsewhere, people have pushed the sea and reclaimed land. Even my own KETA, where I am right now, the Sea Defense Project took off some years ago. And then we have reclaimed land. The communities that immerse in water, some of them have actually got some land and they started their livelihood again. If you know KETA very well is that formerly, KETA is the capital of the whole Volta region.
Yes.
As I speak to you, 2/3 of the KETA is in the sea. We only have 1/3. And the problem, the magnitude of the problem right now, communities that 3 months ago, people are living, some of them are gone. And then the sea is now closer to the main road from Habeji all the way to Dengu, which is a major road, international road. If care is not taken, and then the sea overflow its banks again, and then clear the road, you will see that it will enter into the lagoon, and other communities in other parts of the constituency all the way will be flooded. That is the issue we are talking about.
Okay.
Are you getting the point?
Okay.
So we are just appealing to the government that this budget that will be coming on the 17th, they should make allocation for the project, the second phase, to take off.
Okay.
That is the solution to this.
Okay.
And investing in that will bring a lot of in-your benefit to the country.
Okay. Honorable Mamenasi, it's a Wuji Brena on here, Kasa and Anope. But quickly, Mamenko Manusona, my name is senior reporter, Eddie Nkomo, Kwame, and Num Ewo, KETA Sisia. Kwame, what you mean, Moache?
That's it, Mr. So.
Kwame, and I don't pay baby. I would jina KETA in Patem saying energy.
Yeah, me jina sisia BIA friend Koji Kofe na Obahoa Groffodo do mo aka wa ha be se 2000 na mo aka omo hia mo asisia na ne esini se saafo na mo aka no omo hia baby ombeda emo be se 40 bida baby a friend say community center and afei wo mo a omo nya baby nda no omo anwumre ne ebesini se omo se omo de mosquito nets afandua ho a omo da ase ebenum so omo wo omo adamfofo wa ha na se omo busiako foforo bi wa ha omo akoda omo nchen na afei ne ekoso ne se anwumre saa no omo da community center no obi aye na adwen se obenu aduane abro mo anwumre bi a omedi enti oba KETA ha se ade ne esine se kagikope hanum na nsuo no guso a eta nkrofo fie pa na yebekọ ahwe senia nsuo no aye nkrofo fie afa enti bia me gina sese obehu se ohwe meti a obehu se nkrofo fie na nsuo na ata honum enti ye tu amovu afa akohwe se na honum tie sese a oba otumu se nkrofo no bi ewo ho a nsuo no ewo mu fie a otumu se omo tena ho a omo enya bebe nkonti bese fo ne kire bebe kakra wo mo a ohu omo wo honom no omo eye nkrofo no bi a omo ho aka omo hu bebe omo nya bebe a eko enti ne esi ne se so omo da enwumre bebe a omo kokopa ada no mo sori a no mo behwe se omo nya ma ase no omo betimi abeyi kakra kakra enti ne obehu se mfoni ne kire efi a wo hu wo honom na otumu se nsuo no eguso eta enti oba KETA ha bi ti se abotia kofa kaje kofa KETA central no honum na eta pa na akọ bi ti se gavaji salakofa enadina honum de o ma cheda atumi atwe nsuo no efiri honum a nkrofo fie bi o okra asese ne nyina akọ a onhwe hanum sesia enti mo na aba so far nkofo no betumi hia mo kakra na ye hwe so far no yanya nti asese nkofo 2000 no mo aka na wo se pe bibi mo da no mattress aye dia mo so far 17 na 17 enura na 10 beka ho from Sunday abesi enura no na 7 na assemblyman no ohwe sa anyama no nyuso na so wa ha nti bese me ne betwetwe nkomo kakra ansa na ye bekọ akohwe sene a nkrofo fie no etie na on titwe no enti no ye beka brofo we are translating what you know. So we are grateful for joining us. So far, we want to look at the relief for the people. How many people finally do you have on your list? And then what is the relief like?
Okay, thank you. Good morning to the viewers and to all goodwill people who are with us in these trying times for us. We are so grateful. So far, for now, on my list, we have 507 people that have so far gotten to my list. So far, we are affected. Even though this morning I had a call that some other people are looking for me to register their names so that I'll come and view their rooms and see their damages. I'm yet to go there.
So that is your electoral area. That's the KETA Copper
electoral area.
Not
Yes.
the whole of KETA.
No, not the whole of KETA. Okay. Just KETA Copper electoral area. 507. Okay. 507. That's what I got so far.
Okay. Yep. So relief items to your electoral area, how is it like?
Relief items are inadequate from government. Inadequate. Government, this is a national disaster. It's a disaster, it's not man-made. So we expected government to be apt and proactive, to be there for us, because we are all taxpayers. We are all taxpayers. So we expect government to be there for us quick as soon as possible. Some of our people should be able to relocated to reclaim land. But as at now I'm talking, they are still living in the water. They don't have anywhere to go. And it's a burden. So they have to come and set their mosquito nets on the top of this sand here. And they are busy, their rooms, everything, their properties are still in the water. And we are begging. They should relocate some of them to the reclaimed land here. Give them tents. That's what we want now.
All right, engineer Okari said, Odukaji Kopea, and we electoral area bako, Mkrofo 500. KETA Nyanano, Danbosi 2,000. Mattress are known in Crofania 500, Omonia 7. And Ubahanuma, and Kaji Kopana, so I want us to move to the various structures.
So what you can answer now, Becono, Bisan said, Nipa would do no air casse a banner or mutu or honey idea. Omo kan e na sanso we etumi ebu form so because me hwe wo se me hu se wugina nsuo mu enti bisa omo se san na tie na omo tu no ho me ade no anase epo no ebu bebo omo ade ntira omo nyae
ena afei so ye be ko epo na no a kire se ne a eho no mtie se issues na generate about sun wind no ya kire ya hwefo enti nyame cha de omo se no omo efie no nsuo no etwe wa kakra akra nanso utumu se nsuo no go so eta ha ye hwese ye ko efie no makɔhwese na nkrɔfo no amu efie tie enti ne ahoni enti bia me gina ha ho se epo no anu na ɛwɔ hɔ no ho se epo no anu na hɔ no so but in other areas such as Gaveji, what they did was to get a pump to draw the water to maybe the lagoon or other parts. What have you done about that so far?
Okay. Interestingly, KETA is situated between the lagoon and the sea. So the lagoon is a climate change issue. So the lagoon has risen. The water level of the lagoon too has risen. And it's even crossing the road. It's crossing, it's crossing the road from the other side. And the sea too is coming. This is about climate change. It's not man-made. So those are claiming the sand winning is the issue for this disaster is not in line with the reality. It's totally out of the line, totally out, because sand winning has been there before. We were born long time. All the buildings you see in KETA, all those big buildings were all out of this sand.
But the argument about the sand winning, are you speaking scientifically, or you are speaking with your emotion, or based on what you think?
No, because last time we were in a meeting with EPA. When they came, they let us know genuinely that sand winning is not illegal. It just has to be regularized, and they must be monitored. That they have to determine, together with the Minerals Commission, where we should win the sand. It's not that winning sand is an illegality. It is a legal right to the people to win sand. But how to do it is what we are not following. So if the authorities have to be in line and work together with the people, this wouldn't be a big issue. But sand winning is not the issue or the main cause of this. No.
Right. I don't know. Me assemble man no patch and say, "Omo to anwa wa ha." Yes. Dan so no, omo so say eno ntimi ma epo asoche e den a betimi abo akọ omo fi assess omo nyaman. Na afi on say omo ha no omo ye dodo na ye apopofo omokopo ebomoso emma na wa ha no ekototo nam na popofo no de ba no ma to omoso munyama nyina asai na ba ko ha me nsa kana be se me bi na me ne no etwetwe nkomo bi sa no se ne nyama ben sa na wa hwere na so far no mo aye ben na abrem me da say Adom TV so ne uye den wa hanom na utia be se mfie sen
metia be 15 years ni anana ye da be na ni 7 days ye da dem an ye ti say nsuobo na ye pie nsu na yire afa ye na ma ye hugu nyina ye ni me ne sister pe ye ni mpa for ye na ma say ebi mutu ato ye so mu nyina mu na ma say ne ma nyina agu nsu ni mu enya bebi mpo mfa ye ti nto obi na agi akotena efie ne ye da honom de ebedi mpo ye nya bibia ekuta ebia ye nya he enti mo amwo no mpa cho mmaramba boaye yesere mo a
enti mo amusu se edenti na opoasochi na timi ba be famo sa
opoasochi no first no me de na minim se me na aka kira me se first no na epuno se nkrofo den wodan popo timi se bebe 20 years or 15 years me ba bin sida but the years se de anu ode papa na ti sasusu wom niema bebre enti yesremo a mo pesa mo boa mo yesremo mra mo boa ye hia mo bebre mra mo boa ye
etero obo mo pesa ye ko mo fie no bi na ye hwe sene a honom tie enti ye nanti akọ da che me tunka
Kwame ye hwe bebi a omo fie no wo no ene bebi e pono wo no se nyade a emotwe bi asa enti se bebi ane dan no wo no na se nkrofo a hyase etu anoa wo a ene se asoche de ebo a ne fie mu ana eduro no
on se o hwe bebi a epono wo eba bebi a megina ebe se 150 to 200 meters na mo pa kire se na epono wo achia na atwetwe aba on said the issue of sun wind say anua na omoto wo epono no na ekoso no de eno de ya yegina asese na se ndifo ateme aka na so de wadwu siso hu a otu se otu anua nyina de se eyensuo no na etwe aba enti se na je no se bibia atwa aba no ya ba gina asase so ohwa mi enimo honom na ho se nsuo so na ata ho no eyapo asoche no bia afa ohwa se okọ wenim kakra otumu se honom na epono wa asoche no bo a eba hanom enti sa na etie enti generally omo efie no se mo bia ya ase no se na hanom tie ni ya pese infode no twa maye ho enti ba udu hono ekọ honom a honom
ground sa ohun ye ene normal hudu a ede di ho no
na nkrofo fie wa ha
ohun se nkrofo etu anua ho ana
omo nya omo tire didim kakra eye omo a omo wo ahanom a ohunu enti ne ekoso ewo KETA sesia eni a woni a wo ha omo ho aka ewo epuasoche a edene tidal waves ya ya kan ho asem no ena me de bra wo da che ni
Kwame answer me de wo besi no ma me misa me se ukoye no ebi a efom ho a hu ye hu se bi aka bi si ho mo twi anua anase efom na nkasa hu se nkrofo tu anua ho
on se epuasoche no boy no ensure na de ba na sa call na chi enti no se si am no kasa ide very difficult so about traces of sun winning ewa hanom na ohwe ha ohu any traces of sun winning ohu so mutu anua bia wa ha na omo amu ha na kire mi se omutu anua wa ha na omutu aye no ahomache anase anwumre omo aka samu be kakra edane ntokwa ba me no kasa se metimi akonfirm pa se omutu anua wa ha no de dachi ni mi ba ha manante epona no akosi bia salakofen blekuso bia se the first no wono mentimi kire se amuna eda ha kese yi kire se omutu anua wo epona no.
Okay, Kwame, my Nnawotwe ne yemfa wo ensia na yensan echi emre studio ono abo kwesi akwa ewa ha ono abo it is worrying. It is a reporter ye free a reporter no from KETA. It is just worrying. Nkrofo say omo ni baby da omo tu efri omo fie ohwe maame ya ni business kakra we ye nhia ba betwi afa so asai kra unsusu say the negligence of your leaders upon leaders of Mwaba and Amaya do baby ayedri.
I know the untimi and Kasa uyi and wefim. Isan say, ye nim say, neno suahunu akɔnanim technology akɔnanim sani ana MP of the area kano ya manage epono it's as a climate change ya ye kan wasemi ya abeye issue a neno aka say ina na wo se ekopɛ climate change cause bi ye as yate ase ehunu ne ebetimi aha ye mpotem ana ase yasetene mu no eno no ama epono ye manage ohwe kuro ne amaya hodo akase nyina no a ye manage epo any environment no enu ntino over the years KETA Sea defense yete ye na nye no yete se ye KETA Sea defense sabe ohwe sani a ye nuanom etai edisi achi pa no ne ade na kwan a yi edisi nya akwa betena ban mu ne ade nyina no ni anko ho ne ade a we can blame ourselves say ye gya ye ho ama we no akoye ade a abeha ye nuanom na nenu a aba ne sei no let's have a dispassionate discourse ye ni nkomo a ye be yi temane enwinwi bia ne ade bia mfonto nkyɛn na ye hwɛ issues no na ye nyina ye nkoye ne mesase ye nipa baako base nkomodie no ekosesa na ekoye se ne na aban ne moaye na bi aban ne fosi ento aba ma ne ntino wo hweye na nadmo ma me nua nadmo omo wo every other district nadmo a decentralized body enu ntino se bibisi enne nadmo wo ho no omo no mbekọ sabi eja eto achimda region nadmo na baaye na beka district ho no me adwuma national nadmo amma but omo baaye resource wo se yenya esan say they work in the system so into the media here me say sade we no the issues are here ewo KETA and ye nuanom omo po anu ni nyina no about to the fore abama and then no ye take your opportunity ne emfa discuss it na ye hunu kwan be fa so a be so sene honorable MP appeal ye no say budget no bibie nim saade a ye momade ye hunu say we a esi na nse yanse ye ba be ready budget ye betimi di bibia hyem na yetimi hu kwan be fa so a ye be boa ye nuanom esase nya ni papa
but mo na mo abem obi be ka say adie bi hia wa you give time and preference to saade no 2021 budget MP ne pa say nya ade ye hunu allocations bia even to that effect is it to say as at that time na any priority ma ban
oh nyame I can't speak to that because I haven't averted my mind to it. This is a check it. Me to be no enya adwene waka. But me to be nka say I just am check na mu say I am pass any budget in. Now say any budget in mu a say we run 4 budgets in a term. Yeah. What that's here. Nti no yam fan say no na any mu the following year no ye betumi apia manashem. But say na obisa no no. Enka we no ensi ni ade a enka ye behunu say me colleague MP no ebe mane homne so ama yehunu se da bi ade hia me manfo anu nti mo mamade ne yemfa nhyem in the subsequent budgets ana so that's here iti no ye no mu a yato abama ye ya yedi amanfo anim no ya na yenye proactive kakra na ye trans kasa ye hwe aban aban so ewo a lot of other priorities so that's here a lot of other priorities iti no where your priority yes nobody can run away from it. But yemfa say and then ye di hu nkomo esan say ebedi nsamone eka hwiensi a ehienim say KETA Sea defense yeti yenye ne wu obi be ka say ya awie but to say ne omogire mu say scientifically they think say takrade any other coastal areas no enya expansion
development
they are pushing the sea away and ama pressure baha etino the papa mu we all have to avail our mind to it and make sure say ye behu na ye so ya check pressure eba ye nuan mo wo from mountain modmo na nipa ni na ho atoy
aban awo so na wodom ube surprise say 2022 budget be ba na ye hunu any allocation bia to this sea defense war no
oh menua menye surprise na say to say na mike say ne da ben see and we've been preparing the budget. And yeah, then you see about budget.
But this is a project that we inherited here. Now, when you say, the then Western House Minister attaching a whole promise you almost we the second phase, no, ever twice. Be seen this as second phase.
Did they make chance one me who budget? Nobody is privy to the content of the budget. 2, say a bus in Nimua, and Yaman 1. A woman, yes, young father say between and it be ready budget on Wednesday, no, because this has become a national issue, a very topical issue, no, we could find a provision for it. Now I say, you bet me, I am baby. If it had been prepared near any I'm sure, sir, there are other contingencies, sir. You bet me, any baby from an media, the Atu more from.
But people are also assuming because messages are it is almost like, well, this government know very well, sir, part of the country, you know. Voting said them in free war papa and man side like a this kind of attitude.
Yes, so crown, yes, you have for say, young crop for 2 buckets here, and the man by impun, yes, your boy Abahana Subo, say in Puntunuma was a causeway Honumpuno, and call any of the baby and to Abama. Won't say that. Won't say that such impulse, say you're crying yet, and so you're yet, but good more amount to about acquiring. Won't say that. And dear Canasa, I don't be empty me advantage of mine. Yanamos, yes, Sugu. Say be a president that is so. And so no Easton, you wrote here soon. The Bia Yabuya Subo, Bia. And so your father said, yet, young one you produce president, and a president, yet president of Eastern region, a president of the whole nation. It is here to check on my Sikaram Manako Kakra no Bia. Come on, I don't know, sir, ethnocentrism, any politics, not be rat, sir, discussion. Minyaki Anton Train. Na yen hwe enkoye nim na yen produce issues because oka na twimia me so me pese me kan ma kirem na fe issues na eda ho no anka se wo se yetimi ehwe e de bobra na ye de so mamamfo no ye gya to ho akoye se dipa mi no bobo no me gya ball no mu twam ho buga bi twa no so twa no so gya na ball de da ho
honorable my information ani entwa ye ho ne ye mra ebuja ye ko akwakoji aboafo nkrato aba ye ba ye behwe issues relating to LGBT ayyankomo a ye hyase ache nkrofo dodo no akora ka se ebubo aba no as a country we were not on the table yantumi and state your stance baby aba bedui ya hyase eye public parliamentary select committee na transe afa ye tietie nipa ahodo omde suggestions ebaye se bia yenyi ntuma na ase ma yenyi ntum no ye behwe eno ho asema aka yentwa ye homra ye ba ebeto aso